I'm absolutely shocked by what I've just heard, and I've got to share it with you now because it's just madness. Right now in Afghanistan, a new legal code's been imposed by the Taliban, and it's reshaping daily life in ways that human rights observers say openly permits violence in the home and strips women and girls of the most basic freedoms, all justified through a strict religious interpretation of the law. Now, check this. Under this system, husbands are given legal authority to physically discipline their wives so long as the injuries are not considered severe. And the punishments for domestic abuse are minimal, literally, and even the men that are physically violent can face only short prison sentences. And then on top of that, physical punishment of children is barely treated as a crime, whilst women can be jailed for leaving home without permission, denied the right to move freely, and prevented from visiting family members or making independent choices about their lives. And this has created a society where fear replaces dignity and obedience has replaced choice. The problem with this is that at the same time, thousands of Afghan men have been arriving in the United Kingdom. Now, clearly many of these will be fleeing from this repression, this madness, searching for safety, stability and a future that their homeland can no longer offer. And these people do deserve compassion and protection. But there's also the harder question that can't be ignored. When a system which normalises control, violence and inequality exists, which it does, do some of those beliefs travel with the people who leave it behind? Likely, yes. We also know that there's a lot of ongoing debates inside Britain itself right now, where some activists and community voices are arguing for forms of religious law, Sharia, or parallel legal mediation in certain areas, across the UK. For many citizens, the very idea of living under rules that limit women's freedom, excuse violence in the home, or place religious authority above equal rights are deeply unsettling. Imagine being told that your daughter's freedom, your wife's safety, or your own equality before the law depended not on universal justice and the rule of law, but on someone else's interpretation of a faith that's not even native to your country. Now, this isn't about hatred, and it's not about closing doors to the desperate. It's about honesty, responsibility, and the duty to defend the freedoms that define our nation, especially when it comes to safety and equality of women and children. Because the real challenge is not only deciding who we help, but ensuring that when we offer refuge from oppression, we never allow the oppression to take root in the very place that's meant to provide freedom. And that is what's happening.